All right, this is Mr. Warwick, and I'm going to go over the 313 notes with you today, the area and circumference of a circle. It's going to be a really short set of notes. This should be some stuff that you have done in like elementary school, middle school before. So right off the bat, we have the second slide, and it says, how can we find the area of a circle? So the formula for area of a circle, if you didn't already have it memorized, is pi times radius squared, or just pi r squared. And I have a nice picture of a circle over there with the radius. Remember, the radius goes from the middle to the outside. So if you are given a diameter, you'll need to take that diameter and cut that in half to find the radius, and then you'll square that if you're finding the area of a circle. So the next slide, very important. This is something that's kind of different for geometry and some of the other math classes that you are going to take later on, is the title of the slide says, how do we round the answer? Most math classes up to this point, you've had pi before, and you're told to estimate it as 3.14. And we are not going to do that. We're just going to use pi for pi. So the area of a circle with a radius of 3, we would take that radius and square it. So 3 squared, 3 times 3, that's 9. So my area would be 9 pi. Okay, 9 times pi, just 9 pi, and that's what I would write down, and that would be my answer. I don't try to estimate pi to anything. I don't say 9 times 3 is 27, and then I've got some decimals. I just say 9 pi. It's not particularly helpful if you're trying to like carpet a room or figure out how much paint to buy or something like that. But when you're calculating stuff that's going to be larger numbers, especially, in terms of pi is an easy way to work through the math quickly, and then from there you can then get the decimals at like the last minute if you need them. The area of a circle with a radius of 8. Radius of 8 squared is going to be 64, so that would be 64 pi. Again, if they give you a diameter, if we had a diameter of 8, a diameter of 8 would mean we have a radius of 4, so then we would be at 16 pi. The next slide, slide number 4, says finding the circumference of a circle. The formula for the circumference of a circle is 2 times pi times the radius, or pi times the diameter. And again, the diameter goes all the way across the circle. The radius goes from the center to the outside. I made sure to include that. So again, we're dealing with pi, and we're going to do our answers in terms of pi. So the last slide is saying round the answers. No. Okay, we're not going to round anything. If we have a circle with a radius of 7, and we take 7 times 2, that's 14, and multiply that by pi, so we're going to have a circumference of 14 pi. If we have a circle with a diameter of 23, you take the diameter times pi, that's 23 pi for the circumference, and you're good to go. The assignment today is going to be in Delta Math, and it's going to be converting the circumference to the area, or the area to the circumference, and you're going to be doing so in terms of pi. So you'll just have to remember, if they give you the area, you find the square root. That'll give you your radius. You take away the pi, find the square root of that number. That'll be your radius, and then you can take that times 2 and multiply or bring the pi back in. If they give you the circumference, remember that's the diameter, so you'll need to cut that in half and then square it in order to find the area. But even when you square it, you won't need to include the pi in that squaring. You can just put pi on there as part of your answer. Good luck.